Hi folks, welcome to another 5-minute lore video about Baldur's Gate 3. This time we're taking a look at the Gith, a playable humanoid species linked deeply with the formidable Mind Flayers. In Baldur's Gate 3, the first companion you encounter is a Gith fighter named Lae'zel. She seems very pragmatic and sometimes even ruthless. But why is she that way? Well, today we're going to take a closer look at how the Gith came to be. Well, the species' original name and culture has been lost in the distant past, as they were enslaved by the tyrannical Mind Flayers, who used their telepathic powers to dominate their minds, using them as obedient slaves for centuries. They eventually rose up against the Mind Flayer oppressors, led by a powerful warrior named Gith. And that's where the whole race got their current name from. The Gith rebellion was fierce and unrelenting as they battled their way to freedom. However, as war waged on, the Gith were merciless and genocidal, even towards other enslaved captives of the Mind Flayers or innocent bystanders. The scale of violence divided them. A Gith named Zerthimon, who had gained significant following during the rebellion, challenged the leadership of Gith. He saw her as evil and believed she would lead the people into darkness and tyranny, not unlike the one imposed by the Mind Flayers. So right after they triumphed and got their freedom, they were immediately caught in a civil war. During the battle, Zerthimon was killed, and his followers, calling themselves the Githzerai, moved their society to the plane of Limbo. Those who remained faithful to the hero Gith became known as the Githyanki. The militaristic Githyanki seek revenge and believe that they have the right to take whatever they want from different worlds in order to achieve their goals. From their timeless city of Tunarath, they send groups of raiders to plunder other worlds. Tunarath is a sight to behold, built over the corpse of a long-forgotten god that now floats endlessly in the astral plane. They also continue to hunt down and kill Mind Flayers, but now they extend their rage to other species in the multiverse. The other faction of Gith I mentioned before is called the Githzerai, who value peace and isolation over the constant fighting. They have perfected their minds and bodies, becoming psionic monks committed to order. They became so powerful that they learned to control the chaos around them. Thus, they have built an almost invulnerable monastery in the chaotic plane of Limbo, a beacon of order plunged in a torrent of chaotic energies. While they prefer peace, they also despise the Mind Flayers and occasionally dispatch teams to obliterate the Illithids. Now going back to Baldur's Gate 3, in the awesome opening cutscene, we see Githyanki warriors flying on the backs of red dragons as they chase down a Mind Flayer ship. Well, dragons in D&D lore are much more than mindless flying beasts. They are intelligent, arrogant, and proud creatures that would not typically align themselves to any other species. So riding on dragons' back is a big deal. How did the Githyanki get dragons to work with them? Well, this is a tale full of mystery and a little bit of conspiracy. The story goes like this. Vlaakith, the right-hand advisor to the hero named Gith, encouraged her to find allies across the different planes of existence, but she specifically advised Gith to consult with Tiamat, the queen of evil dragons. So Gith agreed and journeyed to the Nine Hells in order to try to form an alliance with the Dragon Queen. Unfortunately, Gith did not come back. Instead, the red dragon Ephelamon brought news that Tiamat had committed her red dragon servants to aid the Githyanki. Ephelamon also declared that Vlaakith would be the new ruler of the Githyanki. So Vlaakith then solidified her supreme rule over the Githyanki with a grand proclamation. She declared that since they conquered their freedom from the Mind Flayers, the Githyanki would replace them as the rulers of the material plane. The various worlds would bend their knees to the Githyanki and accept them as their new masters. The astral plane would forever be their home, granting them freedom from the necessities of food and water, since time stands still in the astral domain. Furthermore, Vlaakith stated that Githyanki who excelled in combat would reach an even greater paradise. After a dedicated lifetime of service, these knights would journey into her innermost court, a realm of wonders that Gith herself supposedly had discovered. Well, in reality, Vlaakith doesn't really reward her veteran knights. She instead drains them of their souls and absorbs their strength, increasing her power each time a Githyanki ascends. Efforts to learn the fate of the original hero named Gith through the use of divine magic resulted in complete silence. A tragic tale of violence and trickery that fuels an endless war. The question is, will the Githyanki remain under the dark influence of Vlaakith? Can they truly be free?